Hello, welcome to Issues and Society, a very informative and of course educative program. My name is Chief Micheal Ade Ojo, and of course, like I do promise on a weekly basis, I will not stop bringing to you seasoned politicians, professionals, as well as captain of industry on this program. And of course, this week will not be an exception. Today, I'm privileged to have a very important personality, a successful businessman. My guest today was born 14 June 1938 at Ilara, Ondo State. He studied business administration at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and graduated in 1965. He worked with several multinationals before establishing Elizade University Limited with his wife. My guest for today has become a giant with several subsidiaries, including Tertiary Nigeria Limited. He is also an ardent supporter of education, which he will be telling us about. My guest for today, he is a founder of Elizade University. Ladies and gentlemen, please do join me and welcome Chief Micheal Ade Ojo. Only don't just your pedigree, sir. Can we limit it properly, sir?
I think you have said it all. I was born in Ilara, 1938, June 14. I schooled there, St. Michael's School, and then I went to Elizade College. From there, I went to the School of Agric, Akure, for 1.5 years. I had a brief working stint in Ministry of Agric from 1959 to 1960. That's School of Agric. The Ministry of Agric, I worked there from 1960 to 61 September, when I went to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where I graduated in 1965. Then started work with CFAO. From CFAO, I went to government as Inspector of Taxes for just 5 months, and then I joined BP Nigeria Limited from July 67, and I left them end of July 1971 to found Elizade. And I started as what they call it. I started as an agent to RT Presco. So I was not their staff. I was just selling for them and collecting my commission. So I think that's how, and that's how we have reached where we are today. So at 74, I've decided I have to give more to the society, and this is what informed the idea of the university, which fortunately was approved in February this year, and we are hoping to have the first matriculation January 2013.
You were known as a successful businessman. The question is, what inspired you into the education sector by having Elizade University?
I must say it is my concern for education. I love youth, and I know that they will be at the helm of affairs in the future, and if they are not properly educated, we will have big people ruling us, and when they start to rule, you cannot do anything about them. You have to abide by these rules, by their rules. So in order for them and for the society to be christened with efficient, well-educated people who will be able to discern problems and be able to take informative decisions, we need to be educated. And I'm very concerned about the state of education in Nigeria, and I just made up my mind I had to do something. Because if problems arise and people just become complacent and they don't do anything about it, then those problems remain and escalate. And so it is time to arrest what is, the decadence in education and other societal ills in Nigeria. So this exactly informed why I decided that something must be done about our education. I found that the university education we are having is not good enough. It is, we are just producing people. We have so many people who cannot even fill the few vacancies that are available. So there is death in plenty, So I decided to do something. Again, I want to arrest the craze to overseas education. Because I know once you step outside there, you would have lost some Nigerian touch. And we are not going to be baking purely Nigerian graduates. So I want to help to reverse that trend of running overseas for education. So because I believe with the right environment, with the right lecturers and other infrastructural facilities, I believe that we can bake well-educated youth in Nigeria. It is not a question of making money or anything. It is a legacy. And I've always told people that if I want to make more money, I know better ways. Much better ways of making money than going into university. So this is what informed my stepping into the educational field.
So you agree with it? It means that we have so many conventional universities and so many private universities. My question is, what gap do you wish to fill through this university?
I'm not very satisfied with what I'm seeing. And if you are there and you say you are not satisfied, the question is, what are you doing about it to improve the situation? So I have identified that gap. Many people are going overseas. You cannot contest that, because universities from overseas are coming here to recruit students. Okay? So, with that, I believe that this should not go on. Many people, and then the language, you see, some of our children are even ashamed to speak in English with Nigerian accent. They now want to speak like English people or like Americans. And to me, this is nonsense. The Japanese, when he speaks English, he speaks Japanese English, not English or American English. Okay? So the Indian, when he talks with their native language, intonation. So I don't know why people should be ashamed to speak with Nigerian intonation. So I want us to be what we are and not pretenders, to be Americans or to be English or to be whatever. So I want us to have our own identity, because if we are not careful, we will lose that identity. And many of them, when they go there, they get married. Even many of our children here, they are not speaking the language. Many of our, especially in Yoruba land, we are not speaking. Our children are not speaking Yoruba. We are confusing these children. We are